Welcome to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey and this is my channel. This episode will be in my ongoing series, which is labelled Artist Series, in which I show my original art, mainly my commissions. You may have seen my first episode, which was done by my good mate David Yarden, who I've collected a lot of art over the years. If you haven't checked out that episode, please look at my back catalogue and please tune into that episode. But this is my second episode. It is based on an American artist named Freddie Williams. Freddie is what we now happily call an honorary Australian. He's been out quite a few times and is great friends with a lot of the community as well as a lot of the Australian artists. Him and his wife Kiki are absolutely awesome, and that's why we call them honorary Australians. But I basically I only have a few pieces from Freddie over the years. Some of them were at home pieces and some of them were done sort of during the conventions. Most of them were set up sort of pre-show or, as I said, from a commission list. So basically, to start off with, my first piece. Now, as if you have actually seen my first video, I did actually say that I started in about 2011, 2012, and I did start with either characters that were known to the artist or characters that I liked and I thought suited that particular artist. So the first two pieces I got from Freddie are not actually Spider-Man related characters, but still characters that I do tend to love a lot, just as much as Spider-Man. So the first piece I actually got was a Punisher. So I'll get it a bit closer there. A lot of detail. A little bit of background at his feet there. There's the full piece there. As I said, I do have a few other favourite characters besides characters in the Spideyverse, and Punisher happens to be one of them. I did think that Freddie would do a good Punisher. Now this is done pencil and ink on, as you can see, 11 by 17. And this was arranged in, I think, 2013. Yeah, 2013. Freddie was coming out to Melbourne, to my hometown. He, put out a note saying he was coming. If you would like to get a pre-show done, you can get one done. So I organised that, which I was very happy about. Slightly different take on the Punisher, only because you don't often see Punisher, you do a lot more now obviously, but in the early days you mainly just saw him with his black t-shirt and the white skull, but I do like something a little bit different, so I thought that was actually really neat. And I'd organised that, and Freddie basically told me that he'd already finished it about a week, 2 weeks before he was even due to fly out. I thought I'd take my chances and I thought I'd double up, saying I had a bit of spare cash. And I actually said to him, can you do a second piece? Now, he didn't quite get it done in time for the show, but he did finish it just off. He only had little bits and pieces to do. He finished it off in the show. And here it is. And it's Blade. So once again, it's 11 by 17. Pencil and ink. Just with a little bit of a splash of effects there, just so it's not a plain character in the middle of a white page. It's still very awesome piece. I'm surprised because I do like Blade and this is the only Blade I actually own, so probably because I've focused more on Spider-Man now more than anything else, but still an awesome piece, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. So they were both from 2013. from when he was here in Melbourne. The next piece, he opened up a commission list, and this was done in 2014, 2015, I think it was 2015. That was, as I've mentioned in my first episode, that was when I decided to just go Spider-Man based characters. So once again, I decided to go pencil and ink, and on 11x17, and I thought he would do an awesome Venom. Just a lot of detail in the muscles, and maybe, you know, throwing a few buildings and things like that. But still very treasured piece from my good mate Freddie. There's the full piece there, as I said, done in pencil and ink. Yeah, so that was my third piece from Freddie. I only have one more to show. Now, this was done early 2020. He actually came out here for our first and only proper convention that we had, and this was back in March 2020, so last year. COVID hadn't really hit here yet, but I contacted Freddie and I said, "Are you coming out? Are you able to do a pre-show for me?" And he was more than happy to do that. As you know, as I said, we know each other quite well, and he decided, I gave him a choice of characters. We ended up settling on the Spider-Man Noir, however you want to pronounce it. But there he is. Now this time I actually opted for the ink wash. I decided, because all the other pieces I had were inked, this is actually done once again on 11x17, and that's done in ink wash. Now I would have actually loved to have seen this come together, because I've never seen anybody actually do or draw ink done in ink wash, sorry. I've seen every other medium. I've seen, you know, pencils, I've seen inks, I've seen markers, you know, even watercolor and even acrylic paints, but I've never ever seen ink wash done. I don't know what the process is, but I'd love to be able to see one day. But Freddie actually sent this to Marvel to try and get it to become a cover. Obviously it never ever happened, but it would have been nice to have seen one of my pieces as a cover. But that is Spider-Man Noir by Freddie Williams. So that is it for this particular episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Also hit that thumbs up if you would. And I will catch you on the next episode. Mad Spidey, out.